Okay, who wants to start us off on our conversation? Go for it.
Okay, so I think that genetic testing is okay in certain situations, and by that I mean it's okay to change if the child has a bad illness or like a disease, but I don't think it's okay to change its personality or how it looks just because you don't like it.
I agree with that because in the article it said it can change the genes too, so it can make it so they don't have it. But then it could also cause another disease.
I also agree because if you're like changing one of your child to be like a better athlete or something, that's kind of like cheating in the sport.
I've heard 3 claims. I pointed at the E. I need some evidence. For these conversations, you do not need to raise your hand. Just interject. Speak up.
There's a quote in it that says, "This sort of testing is a particularly attractive choice for individuals who are at risk for disease that have available preventive measures or treatments." So that's saying like I could have cancer, but they're gonna test for it to make sure that I don't, and if I do, they can genetically modify it. Like I have a child, that child will have it. Also, I found a statement, well not a statement, but a fact in the article that said like kids can have like depression knowing that their parents did change them just because they didn't want them the way they were.
Or if you give them a bad self-image.
I read in part of the article that it said it can improve your memory, but it causes sensitivity to pain.
I also read that it's gonna be costly, so it could split up society because only the wealthy could like have their children designed, and people that like, cause like the rich could take the disease off, but the not as wealthy, like the middle class and poor class wouldn't be able to because it would cost too much money.
I agree with all you guys, but like another thing is I found is like that stronger drugs will be needed, but when we create these stronger drugs, what will be the cause of them?
What's your opinion about what he said? This is what I'm asking for. So that was a bit of an ice cream rain cats and dogs. So can we come back to that? What did he say? This is really opinionated, and I need some of this.
I agree with Carter on the that'll split up society because it's just the rich are gonna get what they want. They're gonna get more money because their kids are, like star basketball players, and that we're not gonna get to do that. So it's gonna be the separate ones. Like they'll split up everything because they'll have like more like I'll be like this group can take steroids and this group can't basically.
I agree too with the part on that. There could be like a rich family or a rich kid that doesn't have that disease because his parents could afford it. Now you have the kid that has some deadly disease that he might not get to live as long or something like that because he couldn't afford to get rid of that. So
I think the like separating and people are gonna get mad at the rich, that's always gonna be a problem. Because like people are doing it now, they're sending people to better schools so they can be better educated and they're getting better jobs, the rich are. So I think it's always gonna be a problem.
But I think it would be more of a problem if they genetically modified people to be better at something or a different way, because then everyone will know that like they'll think they're better than them.
What do you think, Carla?
I agree with like the whole like it could like split up society, but like what if like going through the process of like modifying someone, like we could like try to stop that, like maybe so that they like include more.
I think it'd cause us a lot of problems in the future, just because of the fact that a lot of people are just trying to be better than others. Really think that this is going to cause a lot of problems in the future.
I agree with them about how like only rich people could do it, but also they can go too far with it. By like not just doing the same thing, making them like a better athlete. Yeah, but what happens if the doctor or whoever makes it next?
Ben, can you say that again a little louder? I can hear it.
What happens if the doctor or whoever's modifying the baby makes an accident? Well, then he probably shouldn't have his job, because if he's making it so that he's not doing his job right, he shouldn't have his job at all.
Yeah, but at some point it's obviously going to happen. It might
Yeah,
make
at
a
some
mistake.
point
and
someone's
there's
gonna make a
mistake.
tiny mess.
It can't be perfect.
I thought you
Everybody screws
I
up.
thought you meant like a big
Yeah.
mistake, like he was supposed to change this gene and completely change a different one. I guess it wasn't a big mistake. Every doctor.
But he
makes
still
small
could-
mistakes.
They still could make that mistake no matter what, because it's just they're just trying to do what they're supposed to do, but they could mess up.
And it's the doctor's fault, but it's also the parents' fault because they're the one who chose to modify their kid.
So you're saying it's a big risk.
Yeah.
So it could bring up more health risks then. So maybe they're meaning to make sure that this child doesn't have a heritable disease, but in the end a child ends up having a disease that maybe never would have even occurred in its life without trying to do that.
Would that cause another like split in society?
Well, what if when they try taking out the disease that they don't fully take all of it out, so they're not thinking about treating the child for it, and it gets worse?
Or when they're like trying to get rid of one disease, they cause another disease to be made.
It could be possible too that when they do, like, say they have to like remove the gene out and then it gets like some sort of like complication with when there's like some complication.
In the article, it said that if they do this, like one possibility could be like sensitivity to pain. It's like every little bump or something could hurt way more than it should. That could be a like negative to it.
Laura, what's your opinion on this?
I think it's like people shouldn't like change their children because like people have really bad infections. Like if they have that gene change, because like they could like play something like it could be completely different than what they thought it would be.
Could we have like a 50-50 chance of it backfiring? And like, I'm just gonna say, what happens if the disease is completely removed?
They would have wasted their money. Well, it's gonna cost a lot of money to do that. Amber, what do you think?
Yeah, I think it would be some money. It's on the risk of the child getting hurt from it. The whole thing is weighing on the parents. Like if it's a big disease, they probably want to take a chance. But if it's more something that can be cured after more research or something they can live with easily, then they don't have to do it. And it's their fault if you do get hurt in the process.
But then if they're trying to fix it, what if it causes a huge or a different problem before?
Yeah,
with a
that's the
different
parents'
disease.
fault.
Also with that, like, what if they find a cure for the disease after they do it and then the person gets the disease back? Well, then they can just cure it.
they would
what if they had
yeah.
the surgeries, so then it would like they would get cured.
But if you take out the disease and they get it again, that is cure would still work for it. Shannon, what do you think?
I think that the parents should love them to be involved because if you plan it, something else will happen to it, the child, and it just waste. You can't plan what you do that. Something else will happen along the way.
In the article, it says that health risks, there could, like, health risks would not have existed if, like, it could get rid of a disease, but it could also create new ones that could not be cured.
I think everyone's had a chance to say their piece.
What's Lucas's opinion?
Oh,
Everybody's already said.
he was I was standing over here and he was agreeing like verbally with things. Okay, something else to add? Did I see a hand over here?
Like, why would you want to change anybody in the first place? And
Because they want them to live a better life, but
And then
sometimes it's greedy. They want to live a better life than everyone else.
Yeah, but then that makes them feel like they're better than everyone else.
It might not end up good if they do try and
okay,
make
yeah,
them
but
better.
there's some parents
Yeah, if they
that
try to
don't.
like change their future, physical futures, try to make them a better person,
It might not
it'll end up probably being like something like depression or down. Because they wouldn't love the way they were. Or
They were
like,
changed because of their
changed
parents.
because-
the kids could also grow up hating their parents for what they did.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, but
like
they
the
should
depression
also
thing.
realize their parents were trying to help them, and they probably didn't have because the studies haven't been completely studied and perfected yet, but they were trying to help their child. Danny, what do you think?
I think with how Lexi and her evidence before saying that it can make them more affected by littlest pain, that if they made them to be like great players in any sports, that's gonna be bad for their child because anytime they get hit or pushed down, that's gonna hurt extremely for them. So that's pretty much making their child have it even worse.
And we're already getting a lot of sport-related injuries just because we're pushing so hard. Imagine if, okay, you want to make your son a great basketball player, he falls down, what could that mean for him?
He falls down and he breaks all his bones.
Yeah, could it worsen their injury?
Yeah.
Taylor, what were you saying?
Oh, mine was, I was gonna say that I don't agree with changing them to be more athletic or more pretty or anything like that. But like, if they have a disease and they want their kid to stay around longer, if they have a chance of dying, then I as a parent would do it.
Allison, what's your opinion on all of this?
I agree with everything, but like if your child has autism, and like say you wanted to take that away, you'd also have to think about the risks of them getting like cancer, because they can live with autism, but it's hard to live with cancer and you could die.
But it's not just cancer, it's also like many other diseases. And taking autism away probably wouldn't cause that many, but it could.
But I think I'm going to interject because I kind of want this conversation to go here. I'm pointing at this question. Are there certain diseases that they can live with that we should try and eliminate, or are the risks too great and we should just let them live with the disease, such as autism? And there's even a question whether autism is a disease or if it's just a different way of rewiring the brain.
There has been studies where a lot of people with autism have grown to do greater things because their mind thinks in different ways than we do. So they have they're more successful and they found things with it. So I feel like it's not really a disease, it's just a different way of thinking. And people just want to put a label on it.
So things like that, different way people's brains are wired, is that something we should try and cure?
No,
I
but
think
it's not necessarily a bad thing.
Yeah, I agree that it's kind of sort of a label, more or less like a disease of sorts.
Because if it's not killing people faster, then why remove it? Because it could help in scientific discoveries, other cures and stuff. If they think in other ways.
you're gonna have to think about it when, like, say, like, during, like, an ultrasound, when you say, like, you get told your kid will have autism, but you think about it, would you want someone who's just gonna think like everyone else, or could that kid make a difference?
And I feel
I
like
don't think parents would want to see their kids live like that.
I don't either.
So I think they'd try to fix it.
I think they would try and fix it, but at the same time, all the tests and research are
And I do think that some parents are just kind of worried that their kid, because they have autism, that it's gonna like really majorly affect them, and they don't really maybe think about the open things that what possibilities could be there for them. Kind of like you said, how it they lead to like some major discoveries or something that takes like a different mindset or something that they would possibly have.
You have to think too, would it be cheaper to, like, in the long run, would it be better, like, money-wise, to have it taken out of him, or, in the, like, when he's, like, our age, would it be better to, like, spend all the money on the tests and things to help him get along in life?
I think like parents like change their kids because they don't want their kids to be made fun of in the future. If it truly is a disease, then they would just remove it, but it still wouldn't affect the brain in any way unless it was connected directly.
And I agree with her that they would want to try to change to make them maybe be less made fun of or some stuff like that, but also that is more of kind of sometimes how they grow up or things they learned through life and how some kids treat others just the way
Kids
they
get
are.
bullied right now. It's
Yeah.
like they're
Yeah,
always
right.
gonna get bullied.
Yeah.
It's not gonna matter if because kids right
Because
now that
sometimes
have
better
diseases,
looks
they
and
already
stuff
get bullied.
isn't always the key to more friends. It's kind of like your personality toward the way. It's kind of like your personality toward people that you know that you get along with.
Or it could go the opposite way, and if they get like the genetically modified or whatever, then they could get bullied for it.
Because people think they're much different and like exclude them out because they're not
Or
like
because
the
they-
others.
Or because they got genetically modified and they took the easy way out, they didn't train and work hard for something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Carter, what do you think?
Yeah, I've been listening, and basically, like what they said earlier, because they made their kid good at sports, but it says that they could be prone to like their nervous system like enhances and they'll bump. Like they couldn't play football at all because they're like you hit like every play every 2 seconds you're getting hit. Or like when you catch the ball in the back of the thumb.
Yeah, well, like if you're catching like a baseball shot and it hits your palm, like would that be major pain and make them drop the ball or something?
But couldn't you also like tone down the nervous system?
What's the evidence from the article with the cow?
Parents could be wasting their money if they want to make their children better at sports because
I feel
they
like
could
that's
grow up
pushing
to not
too
like
In the article, it says
they
that
could grow
the
up to not like sports at all.
in the article it says that the cow is like it can't reproduce by itself because there's so much muscle. So it wouldn't be able to like live in the wild. So would that be like I think that's like because we did genetically modify with things that we should normally be able to do not like happen.
Well,
Yeah.
it said they can reproduce, but they just can't physically like work on their own. They have to have help by humans.
So then that would cause problems in the child's life because they wouldn't be able to maybe function as well as
Yeah,
others.
and
Maybe
their
their parents with them all the time, so they're never gonna grow up. They're never gonna have a life by themselves.
It could perhaps have unseen consequences. I love where this discussion is going. Unfortunately, we got to switch over to our other topic. Are you still recording who's saying what?
Yeah.
Keep going. Who wants to start us off? Oh, Carter?
I don't think GMOs are good for people, especially people with allergies, because on like the bag or whatever it comes, it doesn't say that it was mixed with this type of food. You're not gonna, especially if you have allergies, you're not gonna know if it's mixed with a food that you have allergies with. And like the soybeans and peanuts and stuff, they didn't get released, but they could have.
I have a quote that goes with Carter's from the article, and it says how many people like died and stuff. So it says no one knows what this is doing to the animals. The other one says modified supplement allegedly killed 37, caused 5,000 to develop blood disorder, and disabled 1,500.
So because we don't know what this is doing to us, it's killing us. So I feel like we shouldn't be eating this food until we know what it's gonna do to us.
But
and how it's
then
gonna
wasn't
affect
that
us.
a dietary
Yeah, that was a
supplement?
drug.
That was a drug. That's not food.
But
Still,
still,
it was a genetically modified thing that was made for us to consume.
And
Like,
another,
it was made for people.
another issue is that there's this seed corporations like for a farmer's like seed, how they have like genetically modified seed and stuff, and it's a big distributor in like the society to it. So the farmers kind of don't really have like an option sort of thing to produce this food. So like they produce the food and they don't really know that. So I mean, people buy that and don't know where it came from or what the seed are sometimes, and then it gets there that way too.
And then like the soybeans had, like they had properties from nuts. So if someone had a nut allergy, then and they ate the soybeans, they would have an allergic reaction.
That's the land that eats so much.
And then they're
Yeah,
confused.
because they don't know it.
I ate a soybean, so why is my nut allergy?
Emily, what did you say?
Acting up.
Like that Cleanan's, like the farmers, it said like in one article that farmers would be able to plant more on less land, but then on one of the other articles it said that it could easily damage the farmer's soil.
Because
that's
from
Because you have to use more chemicals to keep them alive.
Yeah.
there's
And
more
all the chemicals
pesticides.
will like find its way to our water system, which can kill us.
Because or it kill off more animals because of if the pesticides get in the water and the animals drink the water.
Or even live in that. Because if we eat fish that there's pesticides in their water source, how's that gonna affect us?
Pretty much
Yeah, we're
kill
gonna
us.
get poisoned by it.
Shane, what do you think?
I agree with everything, but if a farmer would plant seeds and then genetically modify them, and then he decided that he didn't like it, so if he would plant the next year and like not fertilize the soil or anything, would it still go into the like next year's?
I believe the chemical
It
still
does.
be there.
Yeah.
Because like the wind will take it somewhere and then it can plant somewhere else and then they don't even know it's there.
To kind of clarify, okay, I think you're getting to like pollen and seeds carrying on that genetic code onto other plants. That is a real risk. Shay, I want to talk about your comment though. What we're talking about is genetically modifying at a seed level so that the plants that they grow into are genetically modified.
Yeah, but
So
then
it's
they-
not something that they put on the plant to genetically modify them. That's something separate. Does that make sense to you? But it's still a potential, like Lucas said, that these plants grow up and they go on to reproduce on their own. The second generation can still carry those characteristics of the genetically modified organism. Does that clarify it for you a little bit?
But like they still said that they use chemicals.
They do, and that's the other issue you're talking about. Because these are genetically modified, they are able to use certain chemicals on it because these plants are resistant to herbicides that would normally kill them, so that it will kill off other weeds, but not the plant itself. So it does increase our use, our dependence on herbicides. The same with pesticides, it becomes resistant to certain bugs eating it. It has the pesticide in them, so we can reduce our use of pesticides.
One of the examples was the beets that for Roundup, they ended up putting Roundup in the beets because the beets would be like they would be immune to it because there's already some in there. So we're basically eating Roundup if you eat a beet.
Now, like nowadays, I was looking at seeds because we opened up a bag of seed one day, and one seed was green and the other seed was pink, and we put them both in the planter in different tanks, and when the corn grew, one was darker than the other, and I was trying to figure out what was the point of that. So then it was different. And one corn grew faster than the other, and it was different. It's odd.
My
To
dad,
what?
like, he'll go and he'll plant like different, like in different sections, he'll plant different corn. Like we try different things. Like one will, like you'll have a better, you'll get more out of this one than you will out of this one. Like, or this one will like
have a critical snap, I do green snap, and this one won't, and you'll have trouble with
One's stronger than the other for
And what
piling.
did you want to say?
I was gonna say to what Lexi said about us eating Roundup, they would have already been expelled and dispersed among the bugs before it would have been cut and eaten.
I think scientists just need to study more on it too.
That's what I
Before
said.
like,
We
we
should
can
study more
actually
before we
yeah.
eat it because we have no idea what we're putting in our bodies.
I feel like they should figure out what happens to us before they start, like, making food with it.
And using Roundup for a food pesticide, like I know from just like what I've learned at home and stuff that Roundup, if you even like inhale it and stuff, it can be very harmful to your system. So imagine just eating that in your food every day. Like if you're
And
everyday
it's not
diet.
even like it's a lot, just a little bit at a time could.
Because
Could
anyway,
harm your body.
Yeah.
if it gets
Can't
in
we
your system,
take out the small doses then? Like we were talking about chlorine in our water this morning, so like we can take small doses of chlorine because it's helping the water stay clean.
with Roundup, when I was I got some on my boots, all over it. The next day I put my boots in my shoes. It like stung so bad. I got some water and I put my feet in there, and I was like, oh, I have to throw these boots away. And Roundup's really deadly. My mom ended up getting covered with Roundup and really bad.
Because if you touch it, it'll like burn your hand.
What Ben is talking about in small amounts.
So
Is that acceptable?
I don't know.
No.
I feel like
No.
I know
No.
we keep
If we
because
keep
in the
eating
long
it,
run
then
it
the
would
small
still hurt
amounts
you.
when the large
We don't
amounts
even
are
know what we're putting in our
Yeah.
food now. Why would we put it in when it's like being genetically modified and there's so much stuff?
All right.
and there is testing known that Roundup is terrible for your system. So the fact that they still use it and don't like
Knowing that it's harmful.
stop, knowing that it is like hurting
I agree.
human
Like,
society.
I can see like this part of it, but like there's still a good argument on the other side because in the article somewhere, I can't find it, but it said like it has more protein and nutrition and farmers are able to grow more of it because it grows faster.
But
So
Okay, that's in the pro side of it. And it also says that the animals that were being modified, going off a lot of them seeds and stuff, they would be more environmentally friendly. And in the article it says animals will also be more environmentally friendly because they conserve water, soil, and energy.
But in another article it said that the animals could react in negative ways eating the modified food. Allison, what do you think?
I think that with the discussion about like the Roundup and it goes in our system, why do we still use it on our crops and stuff if we know it's not good for us?
Otherwise you're gonna have a field full of weeds.
Yes. It keeps off the bugs from eating it. It repels
And
other animals.
But think of
But
Okay,
it's still harming us though, so
What if
it still harms us, so why would we still use it?
do farmers care about what's in the food or how much money they're making and how much they're producing and if they're gonna get paid?
Yeah, they're eating their own food.
yeah, most
Yeah.
farmers will eat
But
their
they
own food.
They would worry more
Yeah.
about how much
Not-
money they're making. No, if their farms are farmers
not to
aren't
that
They're
extent.
not gonna eat their food if they know that it's bad for them. They're just gonna sell it for money.
But it's still
Yeah.
bad for you.
Hey, pause. I'm gonna pause the video. I need you to stay right there for a second, okay?